Spartan 2 program is legendary, both in lore and to Halo fans, but one particular fire team of Spartans is quite interesting to me because of how weird and dysfunctional they are. Unlike Blue Team, Red Team, Gray Team, or hell, even Green Team, Black Team operated far away from the Spartan 2 brethren, with them reporting directly to the Office of Naval Intelligence, or ONI, making them ONI's personal lapdogs for special assignments before the Beta 5 division wasn't even a twinkle in ONI's eye. The team, like the rest of the Spartan 2 class, were abducted as children under the direction of Dr. Catherine Halsey, consisting of 4 members: Margaret 053, Black 1, Roma 143, Black 2, Otto 031, Black 3, and Victor 101, Black 4. The unit wasn't anything like your typical Spartan 2 fire team, where other teams like Blue Team and its various incarnations worked well with each other even during training. Black Team's experience during training in the program was tumultuous. You see, apparently, not even super soldiers are incapable of dealing with schoolyard crushes, with Margaret 053 and Otto 031, being Black 1 and Black 3 respectively, having a secret romantic relationship. This obviously is a big no-no, but it gets worse because Victor, or Black 4, was also taking a liking to Margaret, and he ratted them out to Chief Senior Petty Officer Franklin Mendez, the man responsible for training the Spartans. And after getting a tip-off, Chief found the two in the shower and sent the two to the brig. While Margaret was in the brig, she gets attacked by Red Team, as a weird form of hazing mixed with "you're not taking training seriously enough, so you should get yours," which doesn't make sense because nothing outside of this indicates Spartan 2s acted like that towards each other at all. And this attack resulted in Margaret losing an eye. Mendez realized this and punished the entire Spartan 2 class by replacing mealtime with a period of fasting, and basically said, "Don't do this again." Now, those of you keen enough to recognize the name Red Team said, "Wait a minute, is that the same Red Team from Halo Wars?" It is possible. I haven't seen anything to confirm or deny this, but it is important to note that this event took place pre-augmentation, and we know that the Red Team from Halo Wars, consisting of Jerome 092, Douglas 042, and Alice 130, ended up washing out because their body rejected some of the augmentations, and they only became active later on the Spirit of Fire during the events of, well, Halo Wars. But that's besides the point. Team designations during Spartan training often stayed the same. It was only for certain exercises and during the actual Human Covenant War that team designations began to change. So it is possible that Halo Wars Red Team did this, given the fact that Jerome, as a child, had a particularly violent streak even before being abducted. I'm unsure, and there's nothing really I can say about it. However, after this point, it is seen that Black Team got into a fist fight with the entirety of Red Team, resulting in both teams getting sent to the brig for 10 days, and also Red Team got their ass handed to them, which is honestly kind of funny. The team would go through their augmentations and perform various operations against insurrectionist and Covenant targets during the Human Covenant War. They were outfitted with what was referred to as Mjolnir Black, a special variant of Mjolnir power armor that was a testbed for various technologies and upgrades that would go on to become the Mark 6 armor used by Master Chief in Halo 2 and beyond. The first major operation Black Team went on that we have any sufficient detail on was on the planet of Verge, where there was a notable occurrence of an alliance between Black Team and a drone hive. Now, this alliance would not last, as the initial advantage provided by the alliance between the subjugated drone species versus the jackals would fall away, as it was revealed that the drone colony was basically a drone prison colony, because they were sent there because they smashed their own eggs, and it's basically the drone equivalent of Arkham Asylum. And after the drones realized this, they attacked Spartan Team. Black Team was successful and ended up detonating explosives to destroy a bunch of pylons, which bought time for a nearby colony and disrupting Covenant supply lines in the area. And after this, the events of the Halo Bloodlines comic occur, which is probably the most famous piece of media featuring them, and is a pretty decent comic, all things considered. It's one of the better Marvel Halo comics that came out in the mid-2000s, and I'd recommend reading it, despite the fact that it can get a little weird. Black Team was to take part in something called Operation Blowback, which was a stealth mission to a part of space that the UNSC thought was a Covenant supply route, but on the way to the area, they encountered a planet with a Forerunner installation on it that pulls Black Team ship down, causing it to crash, as well as a nearby Covenant cruiser. With most of the crew dead and the ship's AI Iona retrieved, they figure out that there's a conveniently placed Forerunner station, because it's a Halo story and the Forerunners have to be involved somehow. Black 2 stays behind on the ship to send a distress call, while Black 1, 3, and 4 head to it because it has a breathable atmosphere. They encounter a Covenant shipmaster. They started fighting each other, along with a bunch of other people, but they got interrupted by a bunch of Gatherer Sentinels, which only show up here and I haven't seen them anywhere else. This results in Black 1, the Covenant shipmaster, and a Hunter getting captured, along with this one grunt, I think. Black 3 and 4 make an executive decision to team up with the Covenant forces, as their mutual goal of rescuing their comrades seemed more important to them, and the rescue group made their way deeper into the facility when they get ambushed by Forerunner forces led by the installation's Monitor, who wants to take any organic life forms to try to find any sort of immunity to the Flood. While this is happening, the Monitor decides to hack into Black 2's suit and change their enemy, friend, or foe tag to make it look like a Covenant soldier to Black 3 and Black 4. This results in a skirmish between the Covenant forces and the Spartans, and then they stop and realize it was a mess up, and then they begin to reform the truce. That's a little weird, honestly. I'm not really sure why that even happens. But while the Covenant decide to move on, Black 3 and Black 4 decide to have what I can refer to as little more than a pissing match because of what happened to them during training. But considering the fact that they just wasted a bunch of time, the Covenant commander was rescued during their pissing match. And the Covenant also began infighting because some reason why one of the Covenant commanders wants to start a, quote, new great journey, and he ends up killing his brother because his brother's like, that's fucking stupid, why the hell are you doing that? But then he just kills him because reasons. And then the Monitor shows up with an army of Sentinels, and the Spartans completely stomp on the Covenant and Forerunner forces, with the Monitor getting destroyed by the giant laser beam thing that the installation has, and then bringing down the entire Covenant fleet that's in orbit down in the process. They stole a Covenant ship and got back to UNSC space, and then the comic ends. Also, Black 1 forgives Black 4 for ratting on her in 3, which makes him happy, and it seems like at the end that everything is fine and they go on to be normal. What Black Team did between the end of the Human Covenant War and their last appearance is unknown. And I say last appearance because the next time we see them, they get killed. Black Team arrives on Installation 03, or Gamma Halo, the one from Halo 4 that one space station's around. And Black Team was serving security to a research team on the Halo surface when the Didact appears out of nowhere and falls his way onto the ring after the events of Halo 4. Black Team does the thing that a Batman goon does when you find Batman unconscious and disturbs the Didact, resulting in Black Team getting killed wholesale. Yes, this is really dumb. I get that they showed up in a comic, but it's not even them getting killed in the comic. It's the way that they died just as being fodder for the Didact just felt really, really insulting. Especially considering the fact that there was a lot of potential and actually tell interesting stories with these characters, because they had a lot of depth for what was there, because they didn't act like normal Spartans. They were far less stonewallish compared to, say, Chief or hell, even Kurt, who already was a pretty emotional and well fleshed out character for a Spartan. But Black Team feels closer to, say, a fire team of Spartan 4s, something like Fire Team Majestic, Crimson, or Fire Team Osiris, in the sense that they're just normal people who happen to be super soldiers, versus child soldiers who are basically little more than just hyper-skilled drones. And that's cool to read about, but it's nice to see that there's a clear distinction even in the Spartan 2 class, which is the one that most people consider the apex of all the Spartans. I mean, there's a reason why Chief in-universe is considered the Spartan, and these guys differ from that stereotype, and it's honestly really interesting to see. It makes the universe feel a little more in-depth, gives it a little more nuance versus just cool guy kills aliens. And weird plot points aside, it actually results in a pretty likable team of characters, and it's a shame that they went out the way they did. If there's anything else you'd like me to talk about in the Halo universe, please feel free to suggest some stuff. I already have some stuff lined up that I'd like to talk about outside of Halo, including Warhammer and some Star Wars stuff, so please leave a comment if there's anything in particular you'd like to see. Thank you all very much. Have a great night.